Awesome! Second generation Santa Claus. We got it. Hi, this is the Flavor Guy, and we're out here on my farm slash ranch. Got a little bit of everything going on here. Thought I'd give you a little background of what I like to do in my hobbies. And I'm a seed collector. I got tons and tons of seed that I collect, that I've been collecting since, well, I started collecting seeds when I was a kid, but a legitimate library since the early 90s. And here we are in 2024, it's springtime. And so we're taking out some seeds, some of them going back as far as 2014. Planting a little bit of everything. This is the time of year when I like to plant my melons, my tomatoes, cucumbers, you name it, I'll plant it. And it's what I like to do when I'm not making flavors. So today, I got a few melon seeds that I want to plant. So let's get started. Let's plant some seeds. So I'm looking for Santa Claus melon because that's the one I haven't planted yet this year. And it's really hard to find. I mean, it's not hard to find for me. I've got seeds somewhere in all my stashes. I got 30 of these cans, literally all over my basement and my freezers. Every one of these is full of seeds with a date on top. This one says summer of 2014, all melon seeds. So it means everything in this can is all just different seeds from 2014, all relating to melons. And we're looking for Santa Claus. Well, not really looking for Santa Claus. We're looking for a Santa Claus melon. Awesome! Second generation Santa Claus. We got it. So second, meaning I harvested those seeds from the melons here in the garden, dried them out, and saved them. They've been nice and cold at minus 20 degrees in the freezer. And when they're kept in that condition, minus 20 and dry, it's like these seeds could be around for 25, 30 years and they'll mostly be good. You might lose 5% of the seeds over time. So, all right, cool. Santa Claus melon it is. So we're gonna plant some of those. And you guys will, if you've ever had a Santa Claus melon, they are amazing. Kind of an odd looking melon, not very pretty, but the flesh, it's like candy. It's pure sugar. So I have a method, everybody's different. You know, when you're watching, you might look at it and say, wow, that's different the way he's planting. I put about 3 to 4 seeds in each one of the little holes I drilled out with my finger. And this is just planting soil. The reason why I put 3 or 4 in there is because 1 or 2 of these seeds are probably not gonna grow. Sometimes that's the way it works. And sometimes all 4 of them will grow, or all 3 of them, whatever you put in that little spot. Cover them, tap it down a little bit, and then water them really good. And when they wake up and start to grow, I give them a little food, kind of give them a little boost, because there ain't much going on inside this soil. Even though it's potting mix, it's like a desert in there. There's just enough food to get things started. You got to feed these things like right away. And so a little bit of nitrogen, a little bit of potassium, a little bit of phosphorus, and that goes a long way to getting a good, healthy start on your seedlings. Feed them good. You know, kind of nurture them, and they'll pay you incredible dividends. They don't just grow on their own. Now we have a lot of manure here, so our soil has already been amended, meaning that before we planted anything, we rototilled it, we put in some fresh compost. And then just write a little information on my little placard here to remind me that these are second generation Santa Claus from 2015. And I also put today's date because I like to look at each one of these and kind of get an idea what responded in 2015 to these seeds. I'll keep these seeds in an area sort of quarantined and making sure that things grow really well. If they don't, I'll throw those seeds out because that means they've just gotten too old, and it's really not much to it. You know, we're gonna water these. We're gonna put a little food in there for them. We're gonna put them up at the greenhouse. We'll go up there in just a minute. Before we go on to the next thing though, I think it's a good time to hear from our sponsor, NatureLAX. So let's talk a little bit about the benefits of NatureLAX and thank them for sponsoring our video today. So NatureLAX is an all-natural fiber supplement, the fiber coming from psyllium, both soluble and insoluble fiber. And we have about 100 flavors, soon to be 200 flavors. I'm gonna make so many flavors you won't have any excuses to not take your fiber. But when I bought the company, they had one flavor, artificial colors, a lot of artificial ingredients, fillers, sand, you name it, they put it in there. But NatureLAX isn't that way today. Today, it's got just 4 or 5 different ingredients. The psyllium, depending on the sweetener, in this case, we're using our sweetener, SweetenFX. It's a blend of erythritol and debitterized stevia. Tastes like sugar, no aftertaste. And it has to be that way because if it doesn't taste like real sugar, I'm not gonna drink it, neither would you. And it mixes really easy. This one packet, put it in a bottle of water, shake it up, and you get your fiber. You know, some of the flavors of NatureLAX are things like chocolate hazelnut or just chocolate. And those mix really well with milk or oat milk or rice milk, anything you choose. NatureLAX, it's really good for you. All right, let's take a walk up to the greenhouse. We have stuff that's planted up there. It's been about 2 weeks, and we'll see what it looks like if everything goes just right. This is the greenhouse I've used for the last 20 years, but here's where all the seed packs go. And so what you'll see here in a second is all the seeds I've planted over the last couple of weeks have now, for the most part, popped their heads out. And you'll see lots of different melons, some citrus, but it's a warm environment. Got our little compost pile going up here. So that's our heating source at nighttime to keep us nice and warm when it gets cold tonight. And it's just grass clippings and paper and shredded paper from the office. So in this area here, we have a variety of, there is some more canaries, there's watermelons, we've got a bush sugar baby, we've got a crimson, we've got some gala melons, we've got some red Zinfandel grapes, which haven't poked their head up yet. But you can see these canary melons here, they're doing really nice. And it won't be long, we'll have to get them out of here. You can see in this case, these are really good seeds. Then over here we got, just planted these, and literally this morning, and we're in the afternoon today, but this is a Lemon Queen sunflower planted on 4/11, so literally 8 days ago. And this morning, that wasn't there. I love that, so that success, these seeds are, they're fairly old. They're probably about 3 or 4 years old, but we can see they're poking their heads through, so things are starting to happen. Over here, look at these. These things are just going crazy. These are a giant pumpkin. I mean, look at the seed still on the outside of the plant. Hasn't broken away yet. But you can tell these are some really healthy seeds. Now, ironically, that plug didn't grow. So 5 out of the 6 plugs grew. So that's why you want to put a few seeds in each plug, because you just don't know. You may or may not get success in every seed. I do run a little citronella candle in here because even though it's a greenhouse and it's hot, you want to put a little candle in here, put a little citronella oil in it. I have pure essential oil from Nature's Flavors. This is not a pretty container, but that's because it's been in here for a while. But you put a little of the citronella oil into the candle, and as it burns, it's going to give off that natural scent, and that keeps the moths away. You will have problems with bugs eating your shoots. You could have a whole garden like this of stuff growing, and if you don't take this precaution, you could come out one morning and everything has been eaten. And it looks kind of like this. So this is a batch of citrus seeds, and that citrus plant right there popped its head out, and a moth got in here and ate that, top off of it. Looks like it might recover, but we've got other ones that are obviously just starting to grow. And these are doing real well here. These are just a regular orange, nothing special, non-GMO. And so maybe there's nothing wrong with it, having no seeds in it, but hey, I don't mind spitting seeds out from my grapes or my citrus. And if I feel like it, I might spit them into my hand, and guess what? They grow. This is one of those wild growing shrubs. We think it's a sage. It grows up in our mountain farm up in the high Sierras, but it grows here as well in Orange County, California. And it has a nice fragrance to it. I want to distill this and bring it into the lab, and maybe we'll run it on the GC and see what it really is. Because you know what? The fragrance will be the fingerprint. Tell us a lot about what it is, because we'll see what's in it. Kind of a neat contrast to the lavender growing right next to it. Hey, Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us. And I love suggestions. I'll keep those suggestions coming. I get those from time to time from you guys. I do read them. My team reads them, and we tend to follow what you guys want to see.